This face is mine, but I know it isn't. It can't be. I'm not her. She's not me. Hey, it's so good to have you here with me today. We're about to go on an adventure in a game called Lynne. It's free to play on Steam. It just came out. I'll throw a link down in the description in case you want to check it out for yourself. If this is your first adventure with me, scribe, ting the little bell, so we can cause a ruckus together. Let's get to work. Start. Alright, what do we got going on here? We got some stress. Alright. When I regain consciousness, I realize I'm in a public bathroom. But it's not a normal public bathroom. The bathroom seems to extend outwards forever, infinitely, like an optical illusion. The dim light bulbs are suspended on flimsy plastic strings. They gutter in and out intermittently, unsure of themselves. My head feels heavy. Why does it hurt so much? Our first bit of stress. I sigh and hold a hand against my temple. I can feel it pulsing beneath my fingertips. Gross. Human bodies really are gross. They're bags of flesh that contain all sorts of stuff, bones and blood and guts and goo, with hearts that beat and lungs that shudder and bladders filled up with amber urine. Thinking about it makes me want to dig my fingernails deep into my skin and dig it all out. But I bet that would look gross too. Maybe I should pull my eyes out first, so I don't need to see all the blood as it splatters on the tiles. But if I know anything about biology, which I don't, I'm rubbish at school. Blood doesn't stay red for very long. When it's exposed to the air, it oxidizes, I think, and then it starts to turn brown. Then it turns black. I try to imagine what it would look like if this endless, dingy bathroom was stained with my blood. I don't feel anything in particular. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel bad. Maybe that's because it hasn't actually happened yet. It's nothing more than a silly fantasy. My head is still hurting. My footsteps fall against the floor. When did I start walking? I don't know. I feel like I've been walking for years. Walls, the floor, and the stalls, and the sinks, and the dryers, and the bins, and the mirrors continue to repeat over and over again in a loop. A stuck videotape. We still have some of Jass's old videotapes from when she was a kid. It's mostly Disney stuff, Cinderella and Snow White. My parents aren't too well off, so we had to make do with our battered old VCR long after DVD players became the norm. Our VCR was like a monster. Made horrible noises whenever you put a tape in there, and it had cannibalistic tendencies. Do you still have a VCR player? Let me know down in the comments below. We don't have a VCR player anymore, but we still have a ton of VCRs. It's crazy. It liked to spit out tapes with the film reels leaking out. When I was young, it used to scare me a little. Lots of things scare me. I don't like that noise. I turn my head, glancing this way and that. There are 5 sinks lined up neatly against with wall. With wall? Complete with silvery taps and soap dispensers. Somebody's stolen a roll of toilet paper and left it soaking in one of the basins. The paper flops limply over the side of the bowl. It's a bit sad. The taps are turned off, but water still drips from their faulty heads. They're leaking. The lone roll of loo paper is starting to turn soft. It's collapsing in on itself like something rotten. I keep walking. I walk past the sinks. At least I think I walk past the sinks, but when I turn my head, I can see them again right in the corners of my eyes. 5 sinks chipped and cracked with soap dispensers, and the same roll of toilet paper lying in the rightmost basin. The roll of paper is still being waterboarded by the faulty tap. I walk by, trying to ignore it, but when I glance to my right once more, there it is again. 5 sinks, 5 basins, 1 roll of toilet paper decomposing slowly. The toilet paper looks worse every time I see it. White paper begins to flake away from the cardboard skeleton. It melts away. I feel like I'm melting away too. I don't know how long I've been walking. My feet are crammed inside my shoes. My toes are pushed up unpleasantly against the tips so they rub red raw. That's when I realize I'm wearing my old white heels from Aunt Shirley's wedding. Not her last wedding, the wedding before that. I must have been 9 or 10 back then. I'm 15 now, and my feet have done a fair bit of growing. No wonder these shoes hurt so much. My feet weren't made for them. Not the feet I have right now, at any rate. Why am I wearing them? It hurts. But I keep walking. I can't not keep walking. I'm afraid something bad will happen if I stop. Suddenly, alarmingly, I'm aware that I'm not alone. Oh, that looks bad. There's something behind me. But I don't know what that something is. I look back over my shoulders. My breath catches in my throat. Everything has been swallowed up by a musty, impenetrable darkness. The darkness smells like the inside of a walk-in wardrobe that hasn't been walked into in a very long time. I tremble. My footsteps strike against the tiles over and over. My heart beats inside my chest. It knocks against my rib cage. My feet hurt. They hurt so much. I think they've started to bleed. Sores and blisters run along the backs of my feet. I can feel welts in the grooves between my toes. They're all bursting. Give it time and my blood will turn burgundy, then dark red, then black. Aren't burgundy and dark red the same thing? Everything in here is the same. Everything repeats over and over again. The light bulb, the stalls, the sinks, the taps, the toilet paper, the dryers and the tiles and the mirrors and... The mirrors? There's something strange about the mirrors. But no, it isn't the mirrors. It's the girl inside them. I'm starting to get kind of a bad feeling. How about you? My white shoes slosh when I come to a halt. Everything smells. It smells of mold and urine and my own bodily fluids. But the girl who looks back at me in the mirror, her fingers gripping the rim of the sink so tightly, the knuckles turn white, isn't me. I stare. She stares back. Questions run through my head. Where am I? How did I get here? What is this place? I was me when I first started walking, I think, but the more I walked in these 2 small shoes, the less like me I became. I started to change. I just didn't realize it. Not until I saw myself in the mirrors. This girl. Whoa. I reach forwards, my fingers brush the surface of a mirror. It's sticky, and it makes me feel sick, but my feet are sticky too, so it doesn't matter. The girl looks like me. She has the same hair, the same eyes, the same nose, the same ears, and the same lips. But she isn't me. My muscles tense beneath her skin. Her face responds. It smiles when I smile and frowns when I frown. This face is mine, but I know it isn't. It can't be. I'm not her. She's not me. Lynne? When I speak, an alien voice comes from my mouth. My breath catches in my throat. And then... That face is very unsettling. I feel something brush against the back of my neck. There's nothing in the mirror, but there's something behind me. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something cold. Even colder than the roll of toilet paper soaking in the sink on the far right. I don't know how long it's been soaking for. I don't know how long I've been here. I don't know how long I've been her. I don't know anything really. I do know that this is it. The end. There'll be no more repetitions. No more walls and floors and stalls and sinks and dryers and bins and mirrors. There's just me. Me and the darkness and the bad thing that lurks within it. Breathing against my neck. Welcome home, Lynne, it seems to say with invisible teeth encrusted with algae. We missed you. That's not fair. They've got the wrong girl. I'm not her. I'm not Lynne. Wow, that was a pretty crazy ride for just the start of the game. I hope you had fun. I definitely can't wait to see where this story goes. If it freaked you out a little bit, let me know down in the comments. I didn't think such a minimalistic art style could really give me such a chill, but it did. As always, it was so great having you here with me, and I hope to see you soon. Stay safe and stay strong.